It's clobbering time.
I'm really glad that when I go to the pictures next, I'm not going to see the Fantastic Four trailer. I'm sorry, but I got sick of it. And I got sick of hearing about Clobberin time.
So we've both been to see Fantastic Four New Steps.
Yeah.
First steps.
You've started out with a really positive reference to the film, and I've had something on my mind, which is I'm sick of the trailer.
It was... So I think there was a trailer which looked really, really good, and then there was another trailer which had your favourite thing, which is members of the cast and crew talking about the film embedded in the trailer.
Yep. And then it just kept coming. It was every single time. And then it would be one trailer and then a couple of trailers later, then it would come back again.
And then I saw another trailer which I thought gave away far too much for me. But
yeah,
I was quite glad that I'd avoided so much, and then I saw the final trailer and I was like, what?
I know.
Which is annoying, but
yeah, it's over now.
It's
so
over.
I don't have to think about it. And actually, you've been the person out of all of it. I have not been bothered about this film whatsoever, but you've been the person out of the two of us who's really been thinking about this film, and you've been excited about it, and you were going to go and see it as soon as you possibly could. You had it in the diary. What is it about the Fantastic Four that really sort of engages you? I'm interested in why it was such a pull for you.
So I don't really care about the Fantastic Four. Like, I remember the cartoon as a kid. Do you remember the cartoon?
No. I feel I know it now because you may have shown me it, or you sing the cartoon to me, and now it's like kind of in my brain. It's been replaced. Like
I couldn't
it's a
tell you
false
anything
memory.
about the theme or anything like
Really?
that. I
Maybe
think
I've made that up.
I think what I sing to you is the fake. So for anyone listening, this is quite meta. There is a fake on YouTube cartoon opening for a Watchmen cartoon.
That's it. That's what you do. Yes.
That someone's done, which is amazingly well done. Like, this is a fake title sequence for the Saturday morning.
It's like an
cartoon, The
animated
Watchmen.
Saturday morning cartoon. Yeah.
And I sing that to you, which
You
you've
do.
obviously taken to this.
You sang it to me in the car the other day.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Right,
Yeah. You probably moaned about
Right,
me
okay.
singing.
So I've got like these false memories of having seen Fantastic Four, which I haven't. I'm just not bothered about it whatsoever. But you had a thing for it.
Yeah, and I think the mid 2000s movies, should we call them, for Fantastic Four and for The Rise of the Silver Surfer were fine.
Okay.
Nothing more, nothing less.
Yeah.
The mid 2015s Fantastic Four was shit, let's face it.
Is that the Josh Trank one?
Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
it all went a bit wrong.
It takes some doing when a director comes out and on the day before release and says, by the way, the film you're going to see is not the one I wanted to make.
Yeah.
And
it was meant to be darker, wasn't it? That's what I remember about it. Was that one was meant to take a darker, which I would have loved, but I don't think I cannot remember if I watched it or not. Did it have? Really sorry, I can't remember.
We watched it together, so you did.
Did it have Billy Elliot in it?
Yes,
That's
he
what I'm
was.
thinking.
Yes, he was.
Yes.
And
then didn't he marry the woman who played Sue Storm?
Yes.
Or went on to
Kate
a relationship?
Mara, yeah.
That's it. Yes, he did. So I remember the celebrity gossip. I don't remember the film.
Who in the film? Now I'm thinking about it. I think he'll have played Johnny Storm.
Johnny Storm.
So that will have been married his sister.
Oh yeah.
Interesting.
Oh, interesting.
And then, yeah, it didn't work at all. But it was, no, I can't even say anything positive
I can
about
see you
it.
retracting in your brain.
Yeah, I was like going to say something positive, but I'm like, no, I can't even think of anything.
And it went away, and we didn't see it in any of the other films where there wasn't. You know how people always talk, the X-Men are coming back. That's always in the conversation. But Fantastic Four was seen to be as something that was a little bit cringeworthy, a little bit not trendy, something unfashionable.
But the reason I've been so excited about this is because the Fantastic Four are major characters in Marvel. Now, I only know that through people saying these are major characters in Marvel, but I think it was an event film rather than just MCU slop, which is what we've had for a lot of films that have come out. Like, go back to previous reviews of Thunderbolts and Captain America Brave New World, and I love Thunderbolts, but I don't think it was marketed as a major picture until a week after the film, ironically.
Yeah, funnily enough.
I love the aesthetic from the very first time I saw the release, the cast and the poster for this. I thought, wow, that looks cool and something different. And the MCU should be doing something different after 30 odd films, however many it
Yeah,
is.
because it was that retro futuristic styling where you thought you might be in the 60s, but also it looked like the technology had moved on, so it was an interesting aesthetic.
It was the Jetsons.
Yeah.
Like, it was...
Yeah.
I always quite like the Jetsons because...
Me, George Jetson.
His son, Elroy.
That's another one to sing.
Daughter, Judy. Jane, his wife. I liked them because they were like the Flintstones, but futuristic.
Yeah.
I mean, that's essentially what it was, wasn't it? So the technology that they used in the Flintstones was quite ingenious by the fact they used it. But I enjoyed the futuristic side of things as well. So what they could potentially do in the future, like flying cars, which I'm sure are due any minute now.
Any minute.
So yeah, I mean, we had friends over last weekend, so I was out there Thursday night, late showing, despite us having having other plans, so I had to cancel, move around some things to make sure that I had, and went to a later showing than possible so that I could give you support because we're in the middle of the summer holidays now.
Yeah.
So yeah, that probably affected me a little bit, but yes, yeah. Would you have gone to see this if we didn't have a podcast to do?
No, I wouldn't have. And yeah, very, very. I was not bothered about the showing that I went a few days after you.
Yeah.
I went on a sort of like a early evening, which I wouldn't normally do because I always sound terrible when I do this. I'm very aware of the fact that I come across awful. But I was about to say it attracts the wrong people, but
wow,
I know, but it does attract a different demographic to the audience that I'm looking for.
Oh, the comments!
I know. I'm looking for me in the audience. I'm looking for 40-year-old single women just sitting in the back row, not getting their phone out, not making a sound, not needing the loo every 2 seconds or chatting to their friends. I just want lots of me in the audience. And what I got with the timing that I went to was I got many, many Sam Fenders. Lots and lots of teenage / he's probably in his 20s, probably not a teenager, he's probably 30 or something. But anyway, lots of young men, very excitable young men who were effing and jeffing and having a wonderful time and treating the cinema like it was their own person.
31.
Thank
Sam
you.
Fender.
Oh, I'm so old. Treating the cinema like it was a pub and like being so loud. I was like, I couldn't hear myself think, but
yeah.
They were fine. Once the film started, they were absolutely fine, but they talked all the way through the trailers, which was annoying because I really wanted to see the Avatar one and actually take it in. So, but coming back to what I was thinking of was the entire time I sat there and I thought, you know what, if they talk through all of this, I'm not going to be bothered because it's not a film that I'm desperate to go and see. I'm only seeing it so that I can have this conversation with you. And that took away a lot of the pressure for me. It was like, I'm going to go and see this film. It's 2 and a bit hours, isn't it?
Yeah, it's less than 2 hours.
Less than 2 hours.
Yeah.
So I knew I'd be home within a good time. It wasn't going to outstay its welcome. And it was interesting to me to see what I thought about it, given that I didn't have any of that expectation. So yeah, we went in a very different mindsets, I think.
So if it's first time with us, we are not going to spoil anything until we have a clearly marked spoiler discussion on this. So go on. What is your thoughts?
I enjoyed it.
Okay.
I thought it was a very well put together film. I am talking about it in this way because the first thing I need to say is that I come to this film with a problem. I come to this film with a thematic problem, and I am gonna put a spoiler warning here. I'm not gonna talk about individual events, but I'm gonna put a thematic spoiler warning here. So if you don't want to know anything about the film whatsoever, if you haven't seen the trailers and you're yet to see this film, just wait a while, go and see it, and then come back. But thematically, and the title gives the game away here.
Yes.
It's First Steps. There's a theme of pregnancy and birth and a child.
Yep.
I found that to be really difficult throughout the whole of this film. Watching a pregnant woman, watching issues of peril around pregnancy, watching a birth scene, and then watching a small baby.
Okay.
And that has affected the whole of my review. I cannot get away from it. So I don't feel... first of all, I don't feel like I'm the best person to give the review, but I'm going to do it. But I don't feel that I could relax in the film. I couldn't relax into the silly comic booky ideas of it, because the entire time I am thinking back to the birth trauma that I have experienced, and I am thinking, I don't really want to see a heavily pregnant woman on screen. I don't really want to again, I'm going to be really, really careful, but I don't want to engage in those thematic conversations around pregnancy and birth and having a child. So I feel like I respect this film. I really respect it. I think it's the best Fantastic Four, like the best iteration of the Fantastic Four that I've ever seen. I know the bar's not particularly high, and I know a lot of people have been saying that, but I agree with it. I really respect it aesthetically. I thought it was beautifully put together. I loved the villain. There's one scene in the film where the villain is announced, and that shivers went through me. I really enjoyed the characters. I enjoyed the dialogue. I thought tonally it was a bit all over the shop. 1 minute something really bad's happening and the next minute there's a joke, but I don't know whether that is again affected by me going, oh, thematic birth, you know, and as you know, anyone who is triggered, whatever your trigger is, you will know that when you're triggered by something, your anxiety is you're just up a height. And even though anyone looking at you wouldn't see any difference, I knew in my heart of hearts that I wasn't enjoying the film because I was having to deal with pushing all of those thoughts to one side to watch the film. But yeah, it's a 4-star film for me. I just keep coming back to the fact that I really respect it. I didn't love it, but I think that has a lot to do with the baggage that I bring to it. Didn't love it. Wouldn't choose to see a film that has that that intensity of the first steps. You got to go back to that. But I think it's really well done. And bravo, very good. MCU, I've been watching Infinity War and a bit of Endgame because it came up when we had friends over and it came up when we were watching it together. And it reminded me of how much I actually quite enjoy those characters, and I enjoyed these characters as well. I thought they fitted in well to the Marvel universe. One final thing before I finish was I loved that they gave Vanessa Kirby as Sue Storm something to do, because as the only woman who is featured, the only main character, the only woman in the Fantastic Four, she is often left out, or she's a cipher. I really like that she was an intelligent woman who had things to say, who had a job and a role, and it wasn't just, oh, she's invisible.
Jessica Alba got short shrift in those films, and I think she
and the uniform
Sue Storm
as
in
well.
this is shown to be a lot more than just a woman who can turn invisible.
A leader, a woman of her age, someone who is equal to all the other, the other people. So I respected it. It's a 4-star film. I have my reservations, but my reservations are very deeply personal in that I don't always... Well, I never choose to go and see films that have such a strong theme of pregnancy and birth. But, people get pregnant, people have kids. That's my problem, not the film's problem. How about you with your expectations?
So... I think I am slightly cooler than you, and that's probably down to expectations. Worth saying, obviously we have gone through the same experience with children. I have less intrepidation around such things. I'm not affected, but I would be lying if I didn't say that I was going through this saying, I wonder how Elaine's going to react to this. I wonder how Elaine's going to react to this. So it does play on my mind more than it should. I really enjoy spending time with these people in this world, and I think the world that Matt Shakman makes in this film is brilliant. I love the aesthetic. I love the world that they have built, and the technology. Herbie the robot, just looks brilliant, and to be in a pre-digital world is so
and
different.
wasn't annoying.
Yes.
Which I thought was
Yeah.
really good. Yeah.
Yeah. My problem is with the action sequences. I so I know the lead villain in this, and again, if you're with us, then you'd fine. The villain in this, Galactus, is someone who I've been fascinated with for a long time. We've spoke about this previously on the show, but I had, as a kid, some Marvel supervillain and Marvel superhero top trumps. You could play them individually, but you could combine them for a super top trumps thing. Like, they all had the same things. And Galactus was the card in a top trump set that was really difficult to beat because he is like 26 foot tall, and that's
His name kind of gives it away, doesn't it?
Yeah. And so I've just been fascinated by him ever since. And this is the first piece of media I've had with him, because I'm not counting his existence in 4 Rise of the Silver Surfer. So to see that on screen, I think it's fascinating, and I think the introduction scene for him is brilliant and so well done. And like the visuals of it, and you really get the scale of Galactus and how it looks. My eyes were going at the end of this film at the final scenes of the final
Like the
action scenes.
The Act 3.
The denouement.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, this was far later than I would normally see a film, so that might be why I'd had a day at work. I'd been for a couple of social beverages.
It's the summer holidays, and we have our kid with us for 6 weeks non-stop.
And so that might be unfortunate timing, but I think a different film would not have put me in that mood. I think it's fine. What do you think of the Silver Surfer who's in this?
I loved it. I know it's thin, but it's that type of film. Do you know what I mean? Like, we're not going to spend a lot of time with the Silver Surfer, but I really, really enjoyed that character. I love the fact it was a woman. I love the fact I love the what it looked like, what the Silver Surfer looked like. I liked, the bit of the backstory that we got, but I found it quite well. I said to you, didn't I found it really scary when the Silver Surfer first appears and talks about Galactus and talks about what he's gonna do. It really, like, hairs down the back of my neck. I really liked how they moved in, on the surfboard, and so I really, really liked the villainry was my favourite thing about it.
Okay.
So, are you not with
it?
No,
not really. I think it was, if I hadn't known that it was a cult character, I wouldn't be talking about it at all. So I just a bit disappointed about. I don't know anything about them other than, you get a bit of a flashback, and I'm happy for Julia Garner that she got to appear without CGI for 2 minutes. But yeah, I think I don't think there was necessarily the drawing of the character that this should have been in this.
Okay. I didn't feel it needed it. I didn't feel we needed. I've heard other people say that they would have liked that for Galactus and those. But these aren't. It's not Thanos, is it? It's not where you're going through lots and lots of films to understand their backstory, and there's a real series. I think it's a one-off. It's a baddie, and do you know what I mean? Would it take away from the film to have just lots and lots of backstory?
I think so. I don't know anything about the Silver Surfer other than
what you've seen
in this film and what is in For Rise of the Silver Surfer. But I am aware through cultural references to the Silver Surfer, which I see all the time,
right,
that there must be more to this than this.
I don't have that, so maybe that's the difference, that you've got all that extra knowledge and you're waiting for something, but I don't see any cultural references.
I don't have that knowledge, that's the thing, but I see people refer to the Silver Surfer all the time.
Do they?
Yeah, it's a pretty big character.
Not in my world, they don't.
Maybe this is the difference between me and you.
This is the difference, yeah.
it's a cult favourite character. It's not like X-Man number 472 that they draw out for a cameo in one of the films.
I just felt in this the nature of this film, which was very comic booky, you know, I wasn't looking for a 3-hour pulling it apart, going into the day, you know. I'm happy with my 2-hour. There's a baddie, there's a goodie. Let's see what happens.
What do you think of the performances?
Fine. Like, I think they're all very good actors. I don't think there wasn't anything there that made me go, oh wow, that's a brilliant role. I think they're just all very, very good and did what I expected them to do. You're just laughing at my going, it's fine.
Yeah. So for me,
I didn't really see any problems with it.
Okay, I think for me the star of this is Eben Moss-Bacharach, who's playing the Thing. I think they've got the most to do, and I wish that some of the subplots would have been more drawn out. I suspect that's going to happen in sequels and other films that they come into. There is a subplot which doesn't really go anywhere.
Yeah.
But yeah,
and you suspect that there might have been more there that was then taken out to make the film,
possibly
to bring it in with those 2 hours.
And then you've obviously got the voice of Galactus, who is Vinci from The Office, as we always like to refer to him. Yeah. He's done well for himself, hasn't he?
The entire time he was on screen, I was going, "Oh, that's Ralph Ineson."
As Galactus, he could probably throw a kettle over a pub.
He probably could. Do you want to go into spoilers? Because I don't think I've got anything else sort of non-spoilery to say.
I've got a few things to say spoilery, so yeah.
Well, that's what I've just said. I said you want to go into spoilers, so...
Yes, and I answered you saying I've got a few things to say spoilery.
Okay. So yes, we'll go into spoilers then.
Yes.
It's been a funny week, hasn't it?
It has.
I herald his beginning. I herald your end. I herald... Galactus.
Right, you've got a few things to say that are spoilery, so we best get on and say them. What's your spoilery things? Oh, that was a big sigh. Were you holding that in during the non-spoiler section?
Yeah, because my biggest hate in any film, and this probably took half a star off for me, is character dying and then immediately brought back to life.
Totally. I mean, she's not going to die, is she? Because this is the first of many films.
But I was thinking, Christ,
but it would have been good if she did.
Yeah. Christ, like they've actually done this and hidden it from everyone.
Yeah.
Like, you haven't seen the Thunderbolts, have you?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
But don't spoil Thunderbolts for anyone who hasn't seen it.
I'm not going to spoil anyone. Yeah. But there is a character who is featured who dies.
Right.
And I think they didn't advertise.
Good.
Yeah. And I thought they'd done it with this as well. And then the world's worst CGI baby.
Oh, I hated that CGI baby. I hated it. Just do a real baby. Just put a real baby on. It's fine.
But you can't have the Thing carrying. You can't have the CGI thing carrying the CGI baby because it'll just look like Narnia.
The funny
to be perfectly
thing with me is my birth trauma was compounded by the fact that it was just this uncanny valley of children, and having seen children, not looking very well as well in my life, just seeing this child not being real made it worse for me. And I know there are all sorts of restrictions, and I know what you're saying about you can't have a not real person. Like, you can't have it's Clobberin time carrying a real child. I get that, but it just looked ridiculous. Come up with something else.
Yeah,
come up with a doll or something. Like, honestly,
it looks unfinished. And
the face was wrong. The face was weird, and maybe the face is. But then later on, when they're a proper child, the face wasn't weird. I don't know.
I wonder if they have an idea of who is going to play
them
in a later date, and they have scanned that in somehow, and it's been semi-successful, to be honest.
But it took away all the sort of the heart for me, that emotion. I didn't connect with this on an emotion level, A, because I was trying to protect myself from the emotion, but B, because when a CGI baby crawls on Vanessa Kirby's chest and essentially goes, not even mama, but there's like a gurgles, and then she comes back to life. For me, I was like, yeah, fine, whatever.
I'm aware that the child is a big character in the comic books, and I am purposefully staying away from any discussion around that because
we should have called them a better name then. Franklin. Is it Franklin or Frankland? I was like, oh, come on.
Why would it be called Frankland? That's
I
not
don't
a name.
know. I don't know. Well, this is it. I got a bit like, well, obviously I was just keeping myself away from the old baby, but I'm
Frankasm.
thinking, if you're gonna call it, is the like Frank? Is that like the what they're calling it, like as a shortened name?
For Franklin's an actual name.
Is it?
Whereas Frankland is somewhere
It's just not very modern.
like a Frankside Bottom theme park.
I just think if you're gonna call the super baby something, give them a a strong name.
But bear in mind, this is based on this. Like,
yeah,
this
I
was
know.
written in the 60s.
I know. I do
where,
get that. I do
you know,
get it. I do get it. I was just like, oh, that's a shame for them. Isn't it?
Also, I have seen so many reviews say this takes place in the 60s.
Yes, and it doesn't, does it?
It doesn't.
I didn't understand the Earth 828. It did take me right till the end when they showed why they had the 828. It's the date of birth, isn't it, of someone who
Jack
was
Kirby
involved.
who created the...
So that was suddenly it then dawned on me that this is like an alternate. It's like one of their alternate universes, isn't it? Yeah. So it's a version of Earth. So right, fine, that's fine. But I genuinely didn't get that at the beginning. So you would have been rolling your eyes at me because I'm going, oh, it's all very modern, isn't it, for the 60s?
Oh, and how has no one mentioned these in any of the 30 odd previous
it's very
films?
forward thinking in terms of Vanessa Kirby being head of like the UN.
Are you aware of the end scene in Thunderbolts? The post-credits scene?
No, I don't think I am. I think you may have told me it, and
I don't
I've
think I
wiped it
did,
from my memory.
but-
No,
Okay.
no. Then
Do you want to know?
no, and I don't think you should say on the podcast because this is not a Thunderbolts review. So no, I do not want to know, and you shouldn't mention it.
Okay, well, it ties in.
But does it tie in?
Yeah,
Right,
it ties
fine.
in.
I think you can say that, but you can't go spoiling Thunderbolts for people who haven't seen it.
Okay.
Right, yeah, you agree. You agree.
What did you think of the post-credit scenes in this? Obviously, one of them is a jokey thing.
Well, I like the
is-
jokey one better. I like the animated series. I quite like that. It reminded me the last one where Doctor Doom. You can't say that with straight face, can you? Doctor Doom wanders up. It reminded me that there's more to come. I'd kind of forgotten that this wasn't
Job done then.
yeah, that this A wasn't standalone, and B that like this was it was one of them. I call them a colon film because you have this title and you have your colon and then a subtitle.
Don't put that on the poster.
I know. One of those colon films because when they've got a colon and so you know that there might be next steps or
Yes.
final steps, all of that sort of stuff. So it did remind me of that. I am of the view that getting Robert Downey Jr. back to play Doctor Doom is the wrong thing, but hey, I'm not in charge of a mega trillion pound, cultural phenomenon. I just don't like the idea of an actor who's played such a pivotal role coming back to play another role
Yeah.
in a meta sort of way. I think there are many, many other actors out there who could have played who could have played the role rather than going back to Downey Jr. And it feels really sort of retrograde for me. But we didn't see him we just saw the cloak. He didn't seem to be threatening the child, which good for me and all my triggers.
Literally a split-second shot.
A
You
split-
have
yeah,
no idea.
No,
about
the
that.
body language, it was more sort of almost like asking them for help, or I did not get a threat there at all. More will come. Doomsday will be and is it Avengers Doomsday rather
Yes.
than okay.
Yeah.
So we are going to see you will tell me if I've got it wrong, I'm sure. We're going to see the Fantastic Four in that Avengers Doomsday aren't we?
I mean,
That's right,
yeah,
isn't it?
almost certainly.
Surely,
Yeah.
given what we've just seen.
On the Robert Downey Jr. thing, they obviously had to move fast after the issues. Obviously, the film was released as I can't remember what the exact wording of the title was, but the two Avengers films that are lined up were certainly due to be centered around the character Kang, which anyone who will be able to Google what's happened there. But so they had to move quickly, and I think they have pivoted. It's got them some publicity.
Yeah.
I remain cynical internally, but let's say I'll give it a chance.
That's my day-to-day living. Cynical internally.
Yeah. But we've only got two films before. We've only got one film before Avengers Doomsday.
Well, what's next then?
So next is the next Spider-Man film.
Oh, and they're starting to film that in Scotland.
Oh, really?
This week? Yeah, I saw a news report saying that Zendaya and Tom are going to be in Scotland starting. And is it called is it something like a Better New Day or Brand New Day? That would make more sense. Better New Day doesn't sound like anything. Brand New Day.
It's a new day, yes it is.
It's a new day. Okay, great.
Wonder if we'll get Sting on the...
Oh, that would be amazing. That's probably what I'm thinking of. It's a brand new day. But is it Brand New Day?
Yeah.
It is the title.
That's the name of the film.
I just had a memory block there going, hang on a minute.
We established that 2 minutes ago, but yeah. The name of the film is
totally
Brand New Day.
Had a thing.
Also
Sting song.
Sung by Sting.
Yeah. Oh, that would be brilliant if they put that on the like a
No,
throwback.
it wouldn't.
It'll be like a throwback to those 90s soundtracks that I love so much.
Do you want them also to put All for Love in there as well?
Yes, get a bit of Sting, a bit of Rod, and a bit of Bryan Adams together. It's the greatest thing ever. And that film was great. Three Musketeers, what a great film. Had my favourite in. Had two of my favourites in. Had three of my favourites in. It had Kiefer Sutherland.
Is Kiefer Sutherland one of your favourites?
Yep, definitely. It had, he's Jack Bauer in 24.
He wasn't at the time, though.
He's in The Lost Boys.
Okay. Chris O'Donnell.
Oh, no. Four of my favourites. Okay, so Chris O'Donnell. And also, my special favourite.
So is Charlie Sheen one of your favourites?
No. Who's the other lad?
No,
Is it?
I'm aware of who your favourites is.
Well, he's not a favourite in a romantic way. It's a favourite in an actor that I really admire, and he plays Cardinal Richelieu.
Oh, I don't know who that is.
It's Tim Curry plays Cardinal Richelieu.
Right.
So favourite actor, not that way, but this one definitely that way.
Oliver Platt,
my dear crush.
You have
Oliver Platt.
Yeah, that is your weird crush.
It's my so weird crush. Yeah. Great.
And you're now watching The Bear.
I am now watching The Bear. For long-term listeners,
starring Eben Moss-Baccarat.
We've now gone off on the spoiler train. But for long-term listeners, you will know that I have refused to watch The Bear, mainly because Mark really, really wanted me to watch it. So I just dug my heels in and went, no, I'm not going to watch it. I think I ran out of things to watch, and you went out one night, and I just something in my brain just went, I think I might watch The Bear. It's only half an hour, and I'm now on episode 6 of series 1, maybe 7. I can't remember. So yeah, I'm really, really enjoying it. It's an excellent TV show, Mark. I don't know how you haven't told me that before.
It's almost as if you shouldn't just be spiteful and.
Well, I'm glad that I've seen it actually before I went to see Fantastic Four, because then I could see the face of is it Eben Moss-Baccarat. And to sort of see behind the CGI, which I really enjoyed. Although I found it really weird that he was cooking in Fantastic Four, and obviously he's in The Bear, and it was just a lot of cookery crossover, which I thought was a bit weird.
He was also already in the MCU.
Okay, so he's been in somewhere. Is he been in Guardians or something like that? He's got the face of someone who might be in sort of space in one of the Guardian piratey sort of things.
No, he was the kind of helper of the Punisher in season 1. I don't know if they ever did a second season of that show.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Sorry, I'm yawning. Yawning on mic is not good. It's, I think we've said it a few times on this recording. It's the summer holidays. I'm very tired. Someone got up at 1:00 a.m. the other night. I'm still not quite over that.
No.
Didn't go back to sleep.
Shall we leave it here?
Yes,
I think this film,
I've just gone off
this
from
podcast has
it's turned
drawn to a conclusion.
into anyone else who's got kids at home over the summer holiday. It's not like we send him away or anything, but anyone who's got like kids with them permanently attached to them during the summer holidays will know that it's not a great time for your brain.
Well, thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening.
Our next episode, I think, is going to be a more traditional honeymoon period where we just talk about just random stuff that we've been watching.
Yeah. Lots of TV.
And then we are still slowly going through the Chronicles of Narnia.
It's very slow. I was saying to Mark, like, what should we watch tonight? Because actually, I really want to watch another episode of WWE Unreal, which we will talk about on our next episode, which I am loving. And you said you didn't want to watch that. You wanted to watch Top of the Pops from 1998. So
always want to watch Top of the Pops.
So that's probably what we're going to do, and then eventually we'll get on to another Voyage of the Dawn Treader.
Yay!
Busy. See you next time.